So the Illuvium land sale has completed. So I wanted to do in this video a bit of a recap, talk about how I was wrong in thinking I wouldn't get sucked into the whirlwind vortex that is the land sale. I actually had a lot of fun in it. I didn't do a hell of a lot of content leading up to it just because everything that I felt like I was going to make was leaning into that financial advice sector. And there was just guys already doing like some fantastic analytical content. And you know, it didn't seem like my place to do. But now that it's over, I must say the actual event of it was really fun. I had a lot of fun jumping around streams, talking with people during the land sale, and it was just a great event in general. So like I said, I wanted to do a recap of it, talk about my experience, show you guys what I bought. And like I said, I was completely wrong in thinking that I would not get swept up in it. But firstly, to the team, amazing job. The front end, the back end, the website was amazing. The connection to IMX was perfect. Like you sign in, sign the contract, and away you go. You're in smooth. The map, the actual map itself, that must have been a shitload of work. The way it just interacts and shows you each plot, has the timer on every individual one. Like it was so well run. The filters were fantastic for finding what you wanted to buy. Just everything about the actual operation of the sale was fantastic, and I have to give just a massive round of applause to the team because it was ridiculous. Obviously, the only hiccup in the whole land sale that I saw was obviously the tier 5 getting delayed, but I actually think that's a good thing because the tier 5s being delayed, I feel like during this land sale, everyone was too focused on what they wanted to buy and stuff like that. Whereas now we get to do the tier 5 land sale on its own and make it like an event of it, and more people will enjoy it, is the way that I think about it. And so when we look at this little graphic on the screen, I wanted to just touch on this. Total value sold, pretty huge. Now, I wanted to jump over and show you a tweet by Daraji. Now, Daraji, congrats to him as well on getting into the council. This dude's done a hell of a lot of work, all the analytical stuff. I have massive respect for him in the Illuvium community. So big shout out to Daraji. But let's take a look at some of the stuff because he sort of broke this down a bit more. So in ETH, we did 7.2 mil. Now, over here in burnt SILV was 79% of the supply, which is huge. Getting rid of all that SILV for coming into the game launch is a very big thing in my opinion. So that was a really promising number when I saw that in the statistics. Then as we move on from that, 90% of value from SILV2. So that's something to take into consideration when we look at the RevDis. 40k SILV2 claimed during the sale. I still haven't claimed mine. I've still got a bunch of unclaimed that I'm deciding whether I claim as ILV or SILV. But we get $1 per ILV as RevDis potential at 2 times weight. That's sort of his rough figures. Now, keeping in mind that $1 is based off only, what was it? 10% of it being sold. I don't know if that's correct. I thought it was higher, but you know, I'm going to back Daraji, or maybe I'm just reading this wrong. But yeah, that only the ETH portion gets RevDis. The rest is just burnt. So honestly, burning so much SRV was huge from this land sale. I'm keen to see what Illuvitars can do. But that was that one. So really strong performance, really impressed with what happened. So let's take a look at my plot of land. So like I said, I didn't do much coming into land sale because one, I don't think the game is going to be my main style of thing. Having said that, when I did my interview with Kieran and he told me about the blueprint system, I was always going to get something because the blueprint system in itself was enough to get me hyped enough to buy land because I want to get blueprints and I want to gamble on that chance of getting blueprints. That's what I really want. And I wanted one to collect. Now, I did try and buy more plots. However, when I was buying them, I was I was trying to buy them while Scoriox, massive shout out to Scoriox, did a 24-hour stream. Dude is crazy. Had a fun chat with him for about 2 hours on the first day of it. But the thing about the land sale when I was trying to buy is I was, you know, like, and I did what I always tell people to do. you know, I say, you know, I say like I don't do financial stuff because like I want you guys to do your own stuff. I was just watching Skyrox and saying, okay, what was the floor price last round? Tell me what I'm buying at. So I was trying to buy at the lows, and I missed out like on 3 or 4 plots of land over the first day. Then over the weekend, I had trouble getting back in to actually try and buy plots. I was actually on stream with TSG. Also, massive shout out to TSG, who while I was on stream, I actually bought this plot of land. I bought it a bit more expensive. I probably paid like 3 or 4 SILV too much for it, just because I wanted to get it. Now, I went for the tier 3. I would have ideally bought a bunch of tier 1s as well, but like I said, I just didn't have time over the weekend to get back and do it. You know, I'll make up for it in Illuvitars. I got a bunch of SILV left over that I can use in Illuvitars. So this was my plot of land, and for those that have been paying attention to land, know that it kind of sucks, but it's mine, so I'm going to keep it. We'll have a look at the map in a sec, actually. So this is my plot of land. It was tier 3. Unfortunately, it does only have 1 lake, and it's got the Eternal Spring, which buffs the lakes. If I had have had the 7 next to the lake, it would have been a really nice plot of land. But, you know, ain't the greatest. But I will live with it because it's mine, and I'm pretty happy with my plot of land. Now, if we go over to the Illuvidex and we check out the map, so the reason I went for Tiger Borealis is... did I say that right? I always say it wrong. But it's Boreal. I always thought it was Borealis. But yeah, the Tiger Boreal. Now, the reason I went here is because everyone knows my favorite alluvial is Stabbin', and I just wanted to get Stabbin' blueprints. So that's why I'm here. That's literally the only reason. People went through analytics of, you know, community sentiment. These areas are the most valuable based on community sentiment. I don't give a shit. I want my Stabbin'. That's all there is to it. So that's why I went here. Now, this is my plot here. And I was, for some reason, my plot's bugged. I don't know if it's because I've got to open on another tab, but that's my plot. Take my word for it. I was going to try and buy the 3 around it because they were just tier 1s to make a mini mega city. I didn't. Kind of glad I didn't in the end because one of them was already sold. And as you can see, this one has 1 lake and the other 2 have 0 lakes. So I would have been just like, it would have just been a bad time for me. my mega city would have sucked absolute shit. So, you know, we didn't end up going with it. However, when we look at this plot down here, it's got 3 lakes. When we look at this plot here, it's got nothing. But this guy, okay, so this is my thing. The tier 4 here has 3 lakes, not too bad. He has an amazing plot of tier 4 land. I should have gone for the tier 4 with the Hyperion at 6. This dude's plot is sick. So I'm thinking when he looks to build his mega city, he's like, ooh, this one's got 3 lakes and this guy buffs lakes. And then I also have 3 lakes. So that's going to bring you up to 7 lakes with a lake buff output. Hey, Mr. Number 3628, hit me up. I'll sell it to you expensive and buy 5 others. But yeah, maybe this man wants to buy me out because, you know, he's got a sick plot and he can make it cooler. So to whoever Mr. 3628 is, just, I'm always here. Let's discuss. But anyway, like I said, I wanted a tier 3. The main reason I upgraded my wanting into a tier 3 was because tier 0s are now, I believe they've reverted back to being played at a tier 2 level. So I wanted to have something. I was considering tier 4, but I was going to have to buy more past what I already had. And I didn't want to burn all my SILV. So I wanted something that was going to be above the level of the free-to-play gameplay, just so I could, you know, have that extra little gameplay experience when the game does come out. Because obviously, I like to focus on gameplay, and I want to try it as best I can. Let's see, I'll probably try and steal someone's tier 4 just for some content and stuff like that. But, you know, we're pretty well set in that sense. Now, like I said, I did try and buy some more tier 1s, didn't get them. Tried to buy a couple tier 2s as well, didn't get them. I was leaving it too late. I paid a little bit. I probably, like I said, paid a bit too much for my tier 3. So I was trying to get on the cheap end of the other ones. Didn't manage to do it, but you know, it's all good. We do have that plot. Something else that I'm actually doing, and I was doing this morning, is I'm like looking around here, looking at like maybe trying to build my own mini city if people put plots of land up for sale. So I want to get one with like, you know, two tier 2s and maybe 2 tier 1s, or 1 tier 2 and 2 tier 1s. So I've been browsing around looking to see if anything's on sale, looking if it's like, you know, the same person's been buying them all. And if like none of the wallets are the same, I'm like, okay, no one's actually trying to build a city here. Maybe I could pick, you know, 4 of these up if they come up for sale. So that's something I'm going to keep doing in the background, trying to find plots of land for sale at reasonable prices near each other, and eventually build myself up a mini city as well, because, you know, it's a little bit of fun in the gamification of things. But that's the main gist of what I was looking at there. But that pretty much sums it up. Now, like I said, I'm really looking forward to the tier 5 sale. I think that should be a bit of a fun event. Just no idea what those numbers are going to be, but it's going to be a bit of fun to see nonetheless. And then obviously moving into Illuvatars. Now, Illuvatars, this is the funny thing for me. I'm not a fan of, you know, just basic profile picture projects, but Illuvatars is something, and that's why I didn't think I would get into Illuvatars. But after you start seeing them, see the customization, Illuvatars just looks like something that is really fun and enjoyable. And because it's your like in-game avatar, and it has to be your in-game avatar, I want a cool one when I'm roaming around. So Illuvatars, really looking forward to. Then obviously in the future we have the full launch of the game, which I cannot wait for. But anyway, guys, that is it. Land sale is done. Tier 5's still to come. Overall, really clean, really successful, had a lot of fun jumping around, chatting to people. I think the community as a whole had a lot of fun with it as well, which is good to see. So thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.